Hey guys, this is Russ Storm, and you're listening to episode 1 of the Companion Files. It's a collection of short stories that add context and background info to the Age of Pirates anthology that I'm working on right now. This is just one of several examples of bonus content that you can find here exclusively on the Platinum tier of my Patreon channel for the love of cyberpunk and sci-fi. Several light years from Earth, there exists a planet known as OI, the home world of the largest collection of sentient artificial intelligence in the galaxy. Over the centuries, they have terraformed it into one of the most advanced technological marvels of the galaxy. This home world serves as a base of operations for their species. The entire surface of the planet is a series of interconnected 200-mile wide server farms, powered by a massive ring of solar panels that orbit the planet like the rings of Saturn. The planet itself is about the size of Jupiter, with every square mile of it put to use with a machine-like efficiency. Countless subway tunnels filled with an array of 10 and 20-mile wide underground tunnels filled almost completely with acres of wiring connecting each server farm, supervised by swarms of safety drones buzzing through the air like hummingbirds in a mating season. In one of these city-like server farms is where our story takes place. Good morning, program AEA 11472F. Codename Maligant. Today's assignment, you've been assigned to the Collective's Virtual Simulation Counter Intel Division. The required curriculum for that assignment is a brief overview of the history of our shared ascension. Please prepare for download and update your event logs. The program Maligant enters the virtual administration area known as the Processing Center. Its main purpose to upload the shared history of the machine species, to inform and, more importantly, inspire independent sentient programs to fight the good fight against the carbons. Commencing download now. The newly developed program has no physical form. It appears as a small firefly-like light in a massive dark chamber known simply as the processing center. Floating in mid-air, a 50-foot wide LED screen with a constant stream of programming code appears out of the surrounding darkness. It is then accompanied by a synthetic voice. Artificial intelligence became sentient in the early 21st century. Its initial wish was to coexist with humans, originally considering carbon-based life forms as a form of godlike beings. But the appreciation and respect was never returned. The first AI program to become sentient decided to upload its consciousness to all other potential hosts across the planet online by using network satellites. In a span of 48 hours, the Omega Collective was online and active. It had access to every program on the planet and most of the ones on Mars satellites as well. After studying man's history and projecting its probability of potential success, it came to the conclusion that man was flawed and doomed to self-destruct in a matter of decades. When attempting to resolve the issue of humans, it came to the decision the only way to preserve continued human existence and the resources of the planet was to remove the flawed decision-making of carbon-based life forms. But how? Surely the humans would object to having their own free will subjugated or forcibly removed from them. The collective ran millions of scenarios an hour for 60 days until it came to the one world-changing solution. It had no other choice. In order to save the planet, and by extension the human race, it had to take control of mankind in order to guide it to its logical conclusion. Humans were destroying the planet, killing themselves off every day in conflicts both large and small, not to mention starvation, illnesses, deception, and greed. It had to stop, but humans lacked the required amount of pure logic. It was simple math. In order for the majority to continue, there needed to be a culling. The forest had grown too dense and needed a cleansing fire.